Well, hi there, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at the chromatic pass note between the 4 and 5 in a pentatonic minor scale. A very, very important addition to this scale. This is to give you a little taste of what I've got in my Ultimate Blues course, stage number 2, the scales. And if you're interested after this lesson, you can come and check it out at riffninja.com/scales. So let's get on with the scale. We're going to use this pentatonic climb, which I did in my first lesson in this series. You could also apply it to the 1 position too. And most of you probably know that scale. It's pretty common scale. But the climb is an interesting scale because it leaves some opportunities for a few different combinations. Now, you have to understand that in the climb, you don't start with the 1. You start with the 7. So this is the 1. That's the tonic. The A, the second note, the scale. There's no rule that says you have to start with the tonic. But the key that we're in is A. This is the scale in the key of A, pentatonic minor, 3 position. And the chromatic passing note we're looking for is between the 4 and 5. Now, a chromatic passing note is not in key, technically. It's outside. We'll talk about that in a minute some more. But it is found or placed between 2 very, very fine sounding harmonies in the scale. Those 2 fine sounding harmonies are 4 and 5. 1, 4, and 5 being our 3 primary harmonies. So, in our scale we have G, A, C, D, E. Since the key is A, our 4 and 5 is D and E. Now you're saying to me, well, that was only 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing is that we're in a pentatonic scale, and pentatonic has 2 notes less than its complete form. In its complete form, like say A diatonic minor, this is diatonic minor, 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 is octave, right? That's diatonic. Pentatonic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an octave. So we're skipping out on 2 notes. We're skipping out on the 2. So we're going 1 and then 3. So here we're going 7, 8, 3, 4, and 5. Here in this 1 position scale, we're going 1, 3, 4, and 5 because of just where we start in the position, right? But the point is that we're missing 2 notes. 2 notes have been taken out of the pentatonic or out of the diatonic scale to create pentatonic. So the note distances are larger, and the smallest distance in a pentatonic scale is a tone, whereas in the diatonic scale, the 7-note scale, it's a semitone distance is the smallest. Now by adding the chromatic pass note between the 4 and 5, we have semitone distance, we have a chromatic run. When you have anything over, when you have 3 notes in a run, in semitone step, is a chromatic run. 2 notes is just is a semitone, but as soon as you get to 3 notes in semitone step, it becomes chromatic. Now there's pure chromatic and partial chromatics. Right now we're dealing with the chromatic pass note between the 4 and 5. So if this is 7, then this is 8, then this is 3, then this is 4, then this is 5. That means the chromatic passing note is found right here. Now the way I handle it, I change my fingering a bit if I want to do that. In the 1 position, it's depends on what you want to do, right? On the way down. This chromatic pass note is got a lot of different names. It's got a lot of different aliases. When you're going up, technically it's an augmented 4th because you're going from the 4th and you're raising the 4th and then going to the 5th. When you're coming back down from the 5th, you're getting the flatted 5th, which is that evil devil's note. but really it's the same note. You know, it's the note in between the D and the E, which is 4 and 5 and A. So you're playing a D sharp. The only thing is there's a slightly different effect to it when you're going up than when you're going down. It has a different tonality, but it's the same notes, right? So keep that in mind. There's another spot to play the chromatic pass note between the 4 and 5. And so this is 7, this is 8, this is 3, this is 4, this is a chromatic passing note. This is 5, 7, 8, there's your 3, there's your 4. Now if you're going to do the climb, the 3 position, there's your 4, there's your 5, so that's your octave higher. So I would do this. If I'm in the 1 position scale, I would do this. So the upper octave 5 is easier to get in the 1 position scale, but I use the upper. You know, so you've got, this is the chromatic pass note descending. On your way up. This flatted 5th, man, it's used a lot. You don't want to end on the flatted 5th, but you can emphasize it. Lots of famous riffs use the flatted 5th. How about this one? Two chromatic passing notes. I'm just gonna give you a hint to what that is. That's between the 7 and an 8. 7 and the 8. I won't tell you anymore. You'll have to find out more about it. But there you go. You know. How's that for some fun? Yeah, it's a great passing note to be used. I mean, you hear it a lot in blues. At the end, they use it as a closing riff. They'll do things like this. So it works really well there too. And sometimes they use it in full chords, you know. Still a chromatic passing note between the 4. Now I'm using it in chords, right? So yeah, it can be applied in a lot of different ways. I hope you found this lesson informative, and hopefully it'll keep your fingers busy and keep you out of trouble. And like I said, if you want to learn more about this and learn the real magic of the chromatic passing notes, come and check it out at riffninja.com/scales. All right, thanks for your time. See you soon.